Hey guys, Jeb Brooks, greenergrass.com. So here's the deal. I'm in Washington, D.C. right now, where I live, and I need to get to southwestern Virginia, a little tiny town called Tazewell, Virginia, where my mom lives. And I've got a real limited amount of time where I can do it, so I could drive, and that would take, I don't know, maybe 8 hours to drive. Or I could fly, and that's going to be about an hour and a half. I think you know which one I picked. So here we go. We're about to fly with an air taxi service here on the east coast of the United States called Imagineair. They fly a fleet of Cirrus single-engine prop planes that are beautiful airplanes, really cool to fly. I've flown with these guys a couple of times and really excited about this journey really down the spine of the Valley of Virginia. So let's get started.
Today's flight begins at Washington Dulles Airport in the signature FBO, or fixed-based operator. They had a nice model of a Wright Flyer.
The plane just landed, should be leaving anytime now.
Flying privately affords unique boarding experiences, like stepping right out on the tarmac and walking between a Cessna Citation jet right there and an Embraer Lineage 1000, which is a modified version of an Embraer 190. And then, of course, walking right up to the plane that'll take me to Tazewell, the Cirrus SR22, November 1904, Charlie Mike, the air taxi, the Uber in an airplane. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Now, Imagineair does not provide a jet bridge. Instead, they ask you to climb up on the wing and swing yourself in. Now, ordinarily that's a pretty easy process, but not when you're trying to take footage for you guys and carry a bag at the same time. Thankfully, I made it in, but just barely. Before I even knew what was going on, the captain had turned on the engine and was completing his pre-flight checks. We would be on our way in no time. Dulles was pretty quiet on this day, not a lot of action. Did catch a glimpse of the South African Airways A330. It was about 11:30 on a Thursday. Also had the chance to taxi right by the Dulles Airport Control Tower. Really impressive looking structure. Also caught a glimpse of those famous Dulles Airport people movers that they use to get some passengers off international flights. No international passengers on that CRJ. And we're off. Like Uber or a taxi, Imagineair will get you from one place to another. But there's also a difference. That's the in-flight entertainment. There are two channels. First, views like this out the window. And second, views like this of the cockpit. You're also given a headset that allows you to listen to the captain, communicate with air traffic control, and also for you to communicate with him. I kept getting drawn out the window to check out the mountains of Virginia. Truly stunning. So we had some nice conversation. For example, I asked if anybody had ever been airsick, and the answer was yes. I'll spare you the details, but let's just say it was not a pretty picture. One of the highlights for me was this. That mountain right there in the middle is House Mountain. It's outside Lexington, Virginia, where I went to college. Many of the airports in this part of the country are literally perched on the top of mountains, like this one. The captain told me a story about another pilot who had been taking off from that particular airport late one night after it had closed. Unfortunately, that pilot hit a deer on takeoff. Thankfully, the pilot was okay, but the plane wasn't. As we got near to Tazewell, our destination, the weather got a little bit thicker. Now, fortunately, we still got some good views despite the clouds. Now there, off in the distance, is Tazewell's airport. Can you see it? Years ago, I came across a report from NASA that said that these types of air taxis were the wave of the future. These would, they said, largely replace regional airlines as a means of getting people from point A to point B. I'm not sure we're there yet, but I would absolutely fly with Imagineair again if the conditions are right. What are those conditions? Have limited time to make a trip and can't drive for some reason between two places that are either not reasonably linked by commercial service or, like this airport, just don't have any commercial service. I loved my time with Imagineair, and I hope you did too. If you'd like to follow more of my airplane-related adventures, please be sure to subscribe. But for now, let's get this bird on the ground.
A little less action than Dulles.
Thanks for watching. Please click that thumbs up button. If you didn't like the video, click the thumbs down button twice. I'd appreciate a comment. Please subscribe. See you in the sky.